So I wasn't muted, but my mic apparently disconnected. I don't know if I was muted the entire time or what, but something, some way, somehow disconnected it from um, maybe when I rebooted or there was an OBS update, something. But yeah, it's probably broken from that. So what I'm gonna have to do is go online and cut the first 10 minutes out. So suck. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Oh my gosh, 20 minutes. That's all right. Whatever. That happens. And it just does that kind of stuff randomly. It was like one day it'll work for a week or 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't connect it. And I have to reestablish the connection to my mic. So that's what I'm doing here. Whatever. Nothing like a few fun challenges. I should probably put myself a quick note to go fix that. Let me. It makes sense for me to go put in what is today? The 11th? All right, well, there, that's fixed. Fixed-ish. We'll call it fixed-ish for now. At least I have it now. Yeah. And, you know, a good streamer checks. I guess I'm not a good streamer. I stream frequently, but that doesn't make me a good streamer. It makes me a sometimes not detail-oriented streamer. I don't know. I should probably check. Do you want me guarding your cat? You're like, what? I'm just, it's like, your cat's going to run out the door. And I'm like, oh yeah, your cat's gone. Anyway. So anyway, I'm just trying to fix my testing on here. It's got some weird little errors. And I'm wondering if I even need both. I kind of would like all my test files to be held in the one location, by the way, just to kind of keep it separate. It'd be nice. And in the root user account, perhaps it would be best and more organized to put all the test-related files into the testing folder. Mock store implementation for testing in the root folder in the testing folder. Let me examine the one in the testing folder, understand what might be different between them. You know, it's in the mock store implementation. I can see why you're confused. You have two nearly identical mock store implementations. The key differences are the root level mock is part of the main package and likely uses the team struct from your team. Yeah, that would be better. I don't know why we're even using. Why am I using a separate package, to be honest? Do I need a testing package? Is that necessary? I don't think so, but code base evolved and testing recommended for better organization. You're right. Consolidating all test related files and testing folder would be better. Here's a plan to achieve this. Consolidate on the testing package mock. This mock in the testing folder follows better Go practices by being a dedicated package. Update existing tests. Tests currently using the root mock should be updated to import and use the testing package mock. Remove the redundant mock. Once all tests are updated, you can remove. All right, implementation plan. First update gRPC handler test.go. All right, let's do that. gRPC handler test.go. We're going to go into test your function, whatever the heck that is. And do I have a function called test your function? Is that a new thing? Guess we're, oh, rest of the test. What? Is it actually looking at my code? It doesn't look like it almost looks like it's guessing. It looked at my code and then goes, okay, we're going to do something similar to this, but it doesn't actually have. This is the test.go, right? Yeah. First update Jefferson handler test.go to use the testing package mock. So it's testing-t. It looks like it's already doing that, is it not? Mock test, new mock store, new mock store. Make sure that the code expects the team structure. Why is it just like not doing anything? I'm surprised. I would be surprised if I haven't used up all of my all of my stuff, so it's not giving me full answers anymore. All of my 300 questions. It appears my grpc underscore handler what is it? Go underscore test dot go is already set up. Because it didn't really offer any other options, did it? Or did it actually? No, it didn't do anything. The only thing it did different was include this mock. Oh, I guess it did have a different this thing. I didn't actually change that. Probably should have put that in. No, it doesn't want to. I guess I can't do it while it's doing whatever it's doing. It's not actually doing anything. Hello? Can we speed this up a little bit there? You're kind of slow today. Oh, why does this happen? Recommended solution. You're right. Hey, that kind of worked. Well, at least for the moment. No, it did kind of work. Nope, didn't. Easy come, easy go. It worked for the moment, and then it stopped working. Would you like me to help you implement these changes? Yes, please, because I don't know what you're talking about. I can provide this exact code changes needed. Yes. Please assist. But first, should I move all the test.go files to the testing folder? I feel like I should, but I want to make sure that we're referencing everything correctly, because I'm a little thrown by how all this stuff works. See, I haven't mastered Go testing and how testing is set up in Go. One of the things it tried to do a minute ago, though, was it tried to make me update my service, and I was like, to a bunch of mock crap, and I was like, no, don't want to do that, because that would be bad. So I think what it meant to update was the service test, but it tried to update my service, and I don't want my service wrecked. So, all right, so we're going to keep this. Now, does that fix anything? I don't know if it's fixing anything. That's what I'm worried about. So it's still got 2 errors showing up. It's still getting mock store errors. I don't know why this keeps showing up. Cannot use mock store of type GitHub, blah, 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 user account value and argument new service. Does not implement user account store. Have creator update. See, I feel like, oh, is it doing stuff? Oh, it moved a file. It's creating a new file. Store adapter. Adapter. Changed it to adapter. Why? Store adapter.go. Do I just say keep it? I guess, because now he's working on something else. Now it's working on my service test.go. Okay, that's all right. I don't care what it does to the test items because they're test items. Now it's updating gRPC handler tests. You can see it's introducing a few errors along the way, which of course I'm not fond of. Are we moving on to this? Service test, gRPC handler go. A revised approach. Instead of trying to make the testing package implement the user account store interface, which causes import cycles, we should keep the mock implementation in the root directory, but put in a separate file that doesn't get built in normal production builds. Delete the duplicate mock in the testing package. Wait, what? We're undoing it? We're going backwards? It says, okay, instead of trying to make the testing package implement the user account store interface, which causes import cycles. I don't know what the heck import cycles are. What are import cycles? It means times when you have to go back and import, but you're importing from another folder within the same project. Is that really a cycle that produces problems? It doesn't seem like it would be. I mean, you're only running the test, what, on build or deploy or whatever. You're running it one time. How much, I mean, even if I have 50 functions in here, I can't imagine those tests are that import cycles are that loaded. I don't know what that. Run command and terminal. Terminal? I don't know. Seems kind of funky, but whatever. Did it actually fix anything? I still got a bunch of errors. Still didn't fix anything. And it didn't actually get rid of my store.mock. So, all right. This is AI for you. AI is like, I'm going to do this stuff. And you're like, okay, fine. I don't need to worry about test. But you can see stuff. Oh, it looks like these issues are not that. Those issues don't exist. It was just a weird declare. But like this one is still getting this main error for whatever reason. This one is still looking at main also, but we still have this issue with mock. So if I were to run the test, it's still going to break. That's the problem I'm having. It doesn't like any of these mocks. Is it because they're not in the same package? And why it still has 2 mock stores? Keeping them in the root. All right, I'm getting rid of one of these. Let's just get rid of one. Let's remove the confusion. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to get rid of 2. We do not need to. If we says keep it in the root, we're going to keep it in the root. We'll have my test items. It's either going to be a mock or a test. Because a mock, okay, so in testing, a mock's job is to pretend like you are the other object. So what the store.go does, I don't know if you know anything about how this automated testing works, but here's how it goes. Store.go is my standard, regular, everything functions under. But what it does is it makes talking to the database a thing, right? So if you need to get data from the database, you go pull it, you call the store.go. It's going to go grab data, save data. It's going to make your communications back and forth between the database. Store mock does not make connections to the database. It provides fake data. That's all it's going to do. It's going to mock up something. So when you call store.mock with your tests, basically it's saying, oh, you want data for this thing? Okay, here's some data. It's not from the test. It's not from your database. This is for your, what they call it, functional deployment testing, something like that. I forgot what the exact term is. Then there's integration testing. Now, integration testing is using your same testing, but it uses your normal store and your normal data. So it's going to run these tests against real, true-to-life data that you have. There's also the option of doing some integration testing through not using your actual store methods, but you would like to test your actual store methods. So you want to say, okay, I'm going to run this test against record A, record B. And maybe you even do some multiple iterations and you maybe have it go through the entire database. Whatever's there, you just say, test every record in this thing. Go fetch a bunch of stuff. Run all my functions against a bunch of different things. And then just tell me if there's any errors, any bugs. Is there any data in the database that's currently broken? Or are we not handling it correctly? Sometimes it's not broken. Sometimes you've introduced new features, new functionality, new data, but your other code might not have been ready to handle these new changes. And running all your tests against your data will catch it. Integration testing, personally, is the best way to know if your code's good. Mock testing is weird to me because you're giving yourself known data. So yes, you may give yourself failing data so you can make sure that it fails. You may give yourself good data to make sure it's correct. But ultimately, you're going to have to still make some kind of a test against your code. And I don't know. It feels weird to use fixed data because what that does is it introduces known conditions. If this happens, we want fail. If this happens, we want success. But it's not allowing the test to run into things that might fail or tests that aren't known. And those are the things you actually want to find in your test. Because oftentimes you've coded for the known things. The only problem is you're putting in guardrails that those known things don't break while you're doing other stuff. So that's what automated unit testing is. Unit testing is just everything functions as you expect it to, and with the conditions that you're aware of. Integration testing is, does it all function the way you expect it to with conditions you may not be aware of? Because stuff happens. So it's kind of like you have to do both. You should do both. But integration testing is going to be your golden grail, your true to life result that you want. Hey Ariano, man, haven't seen you in a few days. Anyway, so that's what I'm trying to get going. You can see things are a little better. A lot of my errors kind of went away when I dumped that other item. I'm still getting a weird thing with this though. I don't know how I would even. Yeah, I'm not an expert in the test yet. I'm still working on that, so I probably don't need this anymore because that's no longer a thing. Probably could have just fixed that with a save, but wait, there is no testing folder anymore. So why are you looking for a testing folder? What made it look for testing? They have they're good, they have their bad. I don't I think he's got good I think he's got good intentions with the problem. I don't know if, I mean, obviously it's going to cause problems. So he's got good intentions with this fix, but I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. But again, every president wants to do something that matters, right? And he thinks this will do it. I think it's going to cause a lot of issues. Yeah, can't get them all right. My business of cages is dead. Not dead, just currently not. I don't have a site up for them right now to sell them because I've been struggling to find a good. I wanted to put them on Facebook store, but the Facebook store is. I've gone through I don't know how many different tutorials and guides on setting it up, and I've had nothing but problems with it. Holy moly, dude. Are we doing this again? Okay, well, I gotta get back to work here. Anyway, so I am going to see if I can figure out why Why did it want this one back? Because mock is looking for a thing that doesn't exist in user account testing. What made it want to find that? Because that doesn't exist. I don't know where at or let me just ask this. Let me just go see what's going on here. I am just going to put all my testing files in the root folder of user account. The question here is, why is the grpc_handler test.go forcing an import to the, is there like something that's referencing this? Because even when I delete this, it keeps putting it back. User account testing. And then the store here is, this is the store I want. Are these ones looking at a different package? Nope. Nope. It's probably because they're all trying to go there, but there isn't. I want to try and see if I can get rid of all of those. Try to. That one doesn't have anything there. Let's import to user account testing. There is none of that. See, they all, well, that one didn't put it in, but these ones though. Does that one stop doing that? Nope. I have a store_mock.go. They should be using that. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to be, if you have to have a testing folder. I just feel like there's a definite problem with how my stuff is working here. And I feel like some serious inconsistency in your understanding. A mock package, blah. The import indicates that the test is expected by no package located at blah, blah, blah. But you mentioned you have storemock.go. Should be used instead. If you want to use storemock.go file that's in the same package as your test file, you have two options. One, move everything to the same package. They are on the same package. They're all in, what are you talking about? They're all in package main. Package main. Package main. Package main. Create a test-specific package. If you prefer to keep test mocks in a separate package within your project, create a directory called mocks, not testing, in your user account directory. Move your mock implementations there. Okay, I guess I can try that. So that's where the mocks have to go. Fine. I think I kind of like that. Because it takes the term mock and puts it somewhere else. Mocks being an alt option here. So we'll try and see if that works. This is why I haven't spent a lot of time on unit testing, because it takes too much effort. Yeah, I know, it's kind of a pain. Let's see, now if I put the mocks over there, does that fix anything? That's the question. Well, now we at least can go back to the, we'll call it, we'll go here and say mocks. Do I say mock? Mocks, sure. Okay. See if that does anything to fix my problem. And will this one naturally go get it? No, not naturally. Someone is at the front door. I don't know who, but I better go check. Hold on just a minute. UPS signature required. Okay. Back to trying to figure this out. Where was I? So we're still getting some issues with how the mocks work. See, it's funny because this mock, I don't know. If I hit S, does that go away? Oh no, it saved. Okay, well, didn't go away, so I guess that's good. Still getting weird errors though. It's only reference errors on that one. So I guess let's go see if my test will run. Go user account. Oh, everything failed. Fail. The whole thing failed. I think well, let's see. Circular dependency issue. Alright, the simplest solution is to include your mock directly in the test file or in a test-only file in the same package. A test file or in a test-only file in the same package. This file contains mocks for testing. But isn't that what that is? Isn't that what this is doing? In the same package, we have a mock store and a new mock store. Oh gosh. It's like, it's almost like it requires you to have both. See, it's this is why unit testing is a pain in the rear. Because it's like, okay, well, 1 second it says do this, put your stuff in a mocks folder. Then it goes, oh, well, you should probably have something in a different package. And then it goes, well, you put this in a different package and you got to do this. And then, oh, God. It's just, ugh. Team represents a user's team. Why can't I just use the team? So you got to have a package for interfaces and a package for mocks and a package for main. Oh my gosh. Option 2 provides better long-term structure but requires more refactoring. What is option 2? Update your mock implementations. Okay, let's go with option. I just want to get something going. Thing is, when I first built it originally, it worked, so I didn't mess with it. It did what I wanted it to, kind of. I mean, all of the things succeeded. But then I started seeing duplications and oddball naming and get team by user team method looks correct, but it could be optimized. So where are you putting this? It's in the mock. Okay, so could be optimized, it says, whatever that means. Yeah, that totally did not work. No. I'm this close to just saying, screw it, I want to go work on my other stuff. Maybe I'll come back to unit testing later. It's just, AI is not helping, and I really don't fully, I mean, I gronk how it's trying to make things work, but the whole mock testing thing is not great. It doesn't do a really good job. You know, what I did do is I used RU code originally to try to get this working. Let's see if root code can figure this out. Obviously, I'm having some trouble getting Claude. Claude can't figure out what I'm trying to accomplish it. Least, what is it? Evasive? Evasive. Wait. I like least evasive. So I would like to separate unit testing files in your own folder. But if not, but if not, comma, have at least a consistent naming convention, or all right, let's give it a chance to try to help me fix it. Let's see if Ruko. Now I think this is. I don't even know what it's using, to be honest. It's using default. I don't know what default is. I think it's using Gemini 2.5. I think that's what I set it up to use, but I don't know. It seems I assumed the mocks directory existed based on the import path in the test files. A fair file not found, and they open blah 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 directly with the user account directly. Let's try reading that file instead. Da, 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 da. Okay, the analysis confirms the issues. Blah 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 blah. Let's fix this by creating mocks directory. We have a mocks directory. It's sitting right there. Moving store mock.go into pffm go user account mocks. Okay. Changing its package declaration to package mocks. Okay. Importing the necessary types from the parent user account package. Okay. First, I need to see the definition. Okay. Service.go confirms that the service struct uses user.count and methods operate on team type. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. The list file shows store.go, types.go. Okay. Types.go defines a team struct, also package main, which is problematic for the overall structure, but doesn't directly cause the mock errors. We'll address the package main issue across all files later. Okay, let's see what this did. So the only thing it did there was that. So we'll take that. Put in a tag at the top. I'm okay with that. Okay, store.go defines. You're right, the package main test approach requires the file to be named test.go, since storemock.go doesn't follow the convention putting in a main test. While other files are main causes the package conflict error. My apologies, let's revert storemock.go. What? It's correcting itself while it corrects itself. So it's like, oh wait, no, let's not do. Oh wait, let's do this. No wait, let's do this instead. No wait, I don't know what I'm doing, but I can't admit it. Use the team type in the main package. Okay, let's try that. It's trying to get things re-ironed out. As long as it doesn't change any files of my root files, because I don't care what it does to the test files, because they don't work yet. So, you know, can't break what's already broken. So it updated gRPC handler again, which is fine. Sure, run it. Let's see if you fixed anything. I have a feeling you didn't do squat. Rename I cannot rename the specific target because it represents a path or device name. It seems the rename command is slightly off for the Windows shell. Let's try using the move command instead. Okay, oh, that seems to work, whatever they did. So what do we have here? Mock? Mock don't have anything in it. Mock's empty now. It's not even using mock anymore. All right, so we are service test.go. All right, we got blah, blah, blah. We're taking that out. We're putting in a new mock store, set of adapter. All right, well, I don't see what you did that's all that useful there, but okay. It's going through. Now, here's the thing, too. When you go through the root code thing, you get like one question or two questions. And then it does its thing, but then you can't do anything else. It'll say, oh, you've hit your limit. No more. So if it doesn't work the first time, you're kind of hoinked. It keeps putting that in and taking it out. So again, this strikes me as it's confused. Now, just as long as it's only chases stock store mock test. Okay, so we're all right with that one. I don't even know what it's putting in here. It's adding user by email. It's adding some other crap that I don't know why. Mock store's gotten bigger. Add error simulation for user methods. Well, I did add a bunch of new methods recently, and that could be kind of what stumbled it up. All right, so we're going to try to run the test command again. Let's see what happens. Now that it's made corrections, I don't see errors. So whatever it did, it's not showing errors, but then it's not showing anything. It could be in that recompile state where it checks stuff. Mail, blah, blah, does not contain main module or its selected dependencies. So there's something broken there. Task, you should now be able to run your tests. Okay, so you say, let's go here. Oops. And sure, I'll just type that in there. Go test. Pattern. The system cannot find the specified file path. Wait. It's probably because of where I'm at. Never mind. That problem is not an error. I mean, it's an error, but since I'm currently in the user account, I probably don't need to do that. Okay, GitHub user account. Is that the answer? Is that the response? How do I know my test did anything? It's just ran. Okay, that's sounds about right. Well, it's not erroring. I guess that's a thing. It's no errors. It's running. I don't think it's doing anything. All I got was GitHub user account. Okay. I don't know what to expect. What is the answer I'm expecting? All right, let's see. What should I expect to see when I run tests? I would think I should see results of each test and maybe a summary of results. This is all go test turned. Alright, the output indicates that all tests within the user account package passes. This is the standard concise output from Go test when there are no failures. To see the detailed results for each function, including pass-fail status, and including you need to run a command with the verbose flag. Oh. Alright, well, let's go do a verbose flag thing. -v. There we go. More useful. Alright. I'm learning. Boy, there's a whole lot of stuff. Did I have that many tests? Huh. Run. Huh. All right. Well, that's helpful. All right, so let's oops. Let's just take this and we'll put that over in my little handy dandy notebook. now we can say it's fine. Okay, so we're good. Thank you, Rucode. All right, we got the unit testing thing to stop showing errors. That's all happy. Let's go back to my UI. And now, oops, wait, we do have to start that command up, though. Go run that. My user account up and functioning. It is now running. Yay. We have... Okay, so we have everything. Now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 of my 10 services running. One of them is not plugged in right now. That is the leagues, which I'm not doing anything with at this second, so I didn't plug it in yet. So it's got basic functionality, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. So all right, so let's take it on to the next task. So Rucode was able to solve that problem. Now I'm going to go to the UI and try. Okay, so I'm going to try to put in my new feature. You know, what does that mean exactly? What does that mean exactly? So nice, I said it twice. Okay, so my new feature is I'm going to add. Now I'm going to up. Basically, what I mean by new features, I'm just going to add some notes, or not notes, but directions on how to implement the streamer code, the streamer game. Because right now, if I were to like hand this off to somebody, and they were to log in, they would see this, and then they'd be like, you know what? Let's just go straight to a game. I don't know if that's even going to be possible. There may be, you know, every new game's got to have all the stuff that pops up in front of you. Hey, here's some stuff. Here's some stuff. Go here and do this stuff. And everywhere you go, you're getting stuff. And that stuff I'll do later. But one of the things I want people to be able to click on is like, what, streamer game? What the heck is a streamer game? So when they click this button, I don't want to go straight to this. Right now, we go straight to here, right? So this is going to go, oh, share this link with the viewers, join, blah, 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 and it does this thing. And ultimately, I probably want that screen to be more informative and maybe not go away. There's some functionality here that isn't full-on functioning. But I want to be able to provide useful information here. One is use this link to set up, you know, your streamer commands. And then on there, I want to be able to send people back to their user account. And on here, it'll be like your streamer key. And you have this key. And you can reset the streamer key if you really need to. Like for some reason, it's been compromised. You have a streamer key out there, and people are able to see your key. And whoops, you know, they copied it and they start messing with your stream. Because the streamer key is what you're going to use to kind of make your URL unique. And also not easily deciphered by others. Basically, it has a GUID or a multi-character piece to it that defines your streamer key. So when you create these links, people can have, you can put commands, usually hide them behind like Nightbot or whatever command control you're using. I mean, Nightbot's not the only one, but you can create these commands like for your viewers if you're a streamer. So what I'll probably have is a functionality on here. So let's go to my account, and the first thing I want to do is create a functionality that allows them to generate a streamer key. So delete account, it's kind of big, kind of hardy, and I probably don't want it to be a big button in the middle. I probably should put that like at the very bottom of the screen. So we're going to make some minor adjustments and change out to my to the screen here. Some of this stuff I could probably, let's see. We got delete. Is it in here? Nope. Where is the delete? Is it on here? It's probably in page, yeah. Or not. What the heck is delete account? Delete, oops. Delete account. Current project. There it is. Yeah, we're going to take this entire button. And we're going to drop it all the way down to the very bottom of things, because I don't want that to be so obvious. And let's make it, yeah, there you go. I just don't want it to be easily clicked, you know, like if you're clicking around on stuff, I want this to have some space. So, you know, accidental click your account. You sure you want to delete? Oh no, I just meant to connect my account. So I probably should put something that separates that stuff out. So maybe I'll put another line in here. Believe that's my line. There we go. Yeah, that's better. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm okay with most of this. I kind of want it to be shorter though. Color, text white, colors. Okay, so let's just go with, I don't know which one of these is going to make it smaller. Yeah, that made it smaller that way. Not really what I wanted. Why is it so thick? The borders? It can't be the border. Maybe that's good. Maybe I have a link. I mean, a big button that says delete account. But maybe something small. I don't know why that's so big though. Oh, maybe. Huh. See, I don't know all of these. Why does it have, my button height is so big? I don't understand why it's so big. All right, gonna have to incorporate my AI assistant here. All right, let's say I want the delete account button to have a smaller height. Because it doesn't show anything, none of those settings for the class of that item. I mean, it has the color of the thickness, the rounded edges, whether or not you have a hover color, whether it's white, and transition. But that's not, none of that's going to tell me anything. Okay, so what else do I want on here? Let's go ahead and just tell it everything I want to try to put in here. What I could do is, I got two lines here. I want this to be vertically aligned, so this stuff lands in the middle. So we have connect account and my buttons, but I want to put these vertically aligned. Items, center. They're centered that way, but I want vertically assigned items. ID, I'm going to change this. I'm going to put an ID here. I think it's ID equals connect. Socials. Sure, I'll call it connect socials. Why not? Div connect socials should align contents should Vertically center contents. Vertically center contents. Now what else do I want to do? Comma. Oh, I want to put in a button to generate streamer key. I also want a button above the communication preferences. Generate streamer key. Once clicked, and streamer key is returned from the streamer API. The streamer key will be shown with a copy icon to the right and a refresh icon to the right of that, allowing for a regeneration of the key. Copy icon to the right, allowing for copy to clipboard, and a refresh icon to the right of that, allowing for regeneration of the key. So once clicked and streamer key is returned from the streamer API, the streamer key will replace the button copy icon to the right, line for copy and refresh. Okay, let's see what that does. Let's see what nonsense I get here as a fun little test as to what I want it to show and how it's capable of figuring out how to do that. All right, to reduce the height of the delete button, you can adjust the padding and height on the button's class. This is default button behavior, right? Because it's not going to, but so the items we need that are new is height, and I already have PY, so really the only difference is this height. Okay, so H-1 is what I'm adding to this. And let's see what that does. Yeah, it did, and it did reduce the height, but it's not, my text isn't centered anymore. Oh, let's see, reduce the padding on that maybe. Okay, that's a little better. I kind of want my delete to be small. I would almost, if it wasn't for the fact that I want to stand out as an actual clickable object, I may even want to change that from a button to like a link to like just an underscore or some other very basic thing. I don't really want the delete account to be an obvious. I'm not calling out people to come and delete. You know, there's nothing you have to push here. Don't do anything. This is only if you really just don't want you to have an account anymore, and it's just an option at the bottom of the page. So yeah, that's kind of my thought about it. Vertically center contents in the socials. So this is what I wanted to put in here as well. We have connect socials. I'm pretty sure all we're doing is updating this. It's just going to have So we have flex, flex call, item center. We're adding in justify center. Okay. Now here's the thing with justify, or even a lot of ways that things set up. There's so many. There's align, there's justify, there's even just doing things like item center. It's so convoluted. And then if you're doing it via tailwind, I always say tailspin. Tailspin is an old cartoon with, I think the chipmunks were in it. You know, I forgot what their names were, but the old Disney chipmunks. But Tailwind is a class CSS styling tool. They all have their own nomenclature, and it's so hard to remember which one to use. The align, the center, the justify, it's like, I guess sometimes I'll be writing, is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Just AI, which one am I putting in here? And I'll go, put in justify center. Oh, all right. Well, let's do that. All right. So let's see how we do. Oh, that didn't do anything. What happened? All right. Maybe I need to do some extra textile. Flex space X3. Nothing. So I didn't do anything on any of that. So the justify center didn't do anything. Flex call, item center, justify center, space Y4. Why didn't that do anything? Either that, I have a whole lot of space after my line, which could be what's going on. Let's see, margin. Let's see what I do if I delete this. No, I didn't do anything. I'm not even sure what the point of that was. Oh, that might be left and right margin. I'm not sure why that didn't have an effect though. Things flinched. What exactly did it flinch to though? Border top? Oops, nope, that killed the line. Don't want that. Don't want to kill my border top. So border red 400 point. This is padding. That one had a slight effect. It's a little better. It's at least squishing it. All right. I guess I can kind of sort of. All right, let's go with one. Let's see what one does. All right. I guess I can live with that. That's better. What I might do is have like the top will have all your information, and then underneath, right above connect account, I'll have like a change password option. I'll have have different things that you can alter or change. But we'll move on from there. Okay, so add state for the streamer key. All right, so we got to have this. And add a state to use that. And update the JSX to include generate streamer key button and the logic for displaying the key with copy and refresh icons. Yeah, okay. So thing is, I'm going to have to actually, I think I have a regenerate streamer key function I created in the back end already, and I have to call that. And also, I have to make a tweak in the back end. I was saying I was going to give people a streamer key right out the gate and just say, here, you have a streamer key. Just exists. What I might do is actually give. Now, what the streamer key is it allows you to run the game on your stream and allow your chat people to have interaction with your stream as long as you set up the commands. So it's like a interactive experience. Here, I'll be right back. I gotta step away for a quick moment. my workout is wearing off, as in I'm getting cold. That's why I was still wearing my tank, because I just decided to start working right after my exercise, and I was hot, and my metabolism lasts about a couple of hours usually, and that's about where I'm at. It's almost been 3 hours, I think, or 2.5 hours since I stopped, and so now here I am, starting to get cold again. What is the temp outside? Low 50s. Okay, let's finish getting this in place. So we're implementing a little bit of a future functionality, a new thing, trying to generate the streamer keys a little bit more dynamically. So let's see, we've got div class. So we're actually putting in a new area here. Update the JSX, including generate streamer key. Where are we putting this? Button and the logic for displaying the key with copy and refresh icons. Well, that's fine, but I guess I'm just going to put it where it needs to be, because it's not telling me where to put it. But this is the functionality. So we're going to go, I think I said I wanted it right above the, right above the communication preferences. So that's the opt-in thing. So that's this guy right here, I think. Opt-in, 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 right there. Just pop that puppy right there and hit Control S. What does this do? Hey, generate streamer key. Cool. All right, so obviously that's not centered correctly, but I could probably mimic something to get that in place. Streamer key. So if we don't have a streamer key, which is what we have currently got right now, I'm going to turn this into a 1, and then we're going to go H-8. Was that the number it gave me before? All right, and then much in the same way that I did this other one, probably going to need an item center. Items dash center. Oh, that might actually not work. Yeah, I didn't think so. The center problem is not going to go on that. It's going to have to be in here. Items dash center. Oops. Items dash center. No. What? What do you mean no? You can't tell me no. So it's not in the div? Why is that not working? What did I do wrong? Doesn't like the... That's items in... Oh, maybe I can't... we can do one of those. How about justify center? No, it doesn't work either. Ah, God, you suck. It's not item center. Oh, wait. What is it? Dang it. Okay. How do I get the streamer key button and key shown to display aligned horizontally? It's probably something dumb. It's probably like I'm doing the wrong thing. It's like align center, place center, jump up and down and do a spin before it goes into the center. No, I said item center. I did that. Didn't like it. Oh, but I have to put the SpaceX 4 thing? I didn't do that. Oh, I didn't put flex. So which one does it? Items, center, Control S. That didn't do anything. So if I have that, then I type flex. That doesn't do anything either. So is it the space dash X dash 4 thing? Okay, none of that's doing anything. Yeah, none of that's doing anything. So is it like, maybe my parent div is causing a problem. That's flex on it. And that even says center. Okay, so there's something weird going on with this streamer key thing. The button is not aligning. It's just aligning to the left of the div. So we got some weird thing here going. So something is amiss. Even with the items dash center, other settings shown, the generate streamer key is aligning to the left of the div, not center. Let's see if it can look at it more thoroughly and tell me what the heck is going on. Because obviously it's not doing what it's expected to. The parent container of the button and the key display must have flex and justify center. Oh, it's justify center. Oh, so now we have to add justify center also. Justify center. Ah, that puts it in there. Why do I need... I don't know. But that worked. Do I need this? I'm just curious about which things are actually doing stuff. See, that item center didn't do anything. I don't know what that did. Maybe that's for the vertical alignment? I don't know. I don't know what that's doing. I have not. I don't have a text from him. Oh wait, hey, I do have a text from him. Let's see what he says. It says, morning, have your kid call me. I got questions.
Oh no, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah. Okay, well, if he wants Mark to look at it, he's gonna have to.
I think he was still up this morning, or did you come?
It's like 3 o'clock. He was still up. Yeah. I don't know if he's. So he probably won't. Well, I mean, it's almost 11. It's almost 8.
I kind of asked him if anything else was going on, and he didn't. Didn't feel like anything was really happening. But maybe if he thinks, I don't know.
Huh. Well, let's see. He just texted. Literally, you came down here. He texted at 10:44. So he must have texted right before you came and asked.
Well, if he wants to, I don't know. Should I try and wake him up?
Well, let's see. Give him 15 minutes till 11, and I'll tell Mark to expect a call in the next 45 minutes. Okay. Yeah, we'll try and get him to call him shortly. Where are we here? So let's see if I can get some cleanup here. I don't like the zigzaggy boxes. So, email. That's pretty easy, right? So, let's see, is there what is a little, I've seen a few places use, I think I like icon. For game ID, what is a good title for that typically? Is it like user ID, gamer ID, game ID? I have game ID. It's the ID you would use when you're playing the game. You want your name to come up as blah, blah, blah. But I also have to be careful with this. I don't like game ID as an option because people are dumb. Not all people, but you know, I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to try to put a bunch of filters in to keep the F word out, to keep this word out, and keep all these filters out to keep people from putting crap in their IDs. Now, there's one option you could do is like lie and don't only let them see their tag. So it's only visible to them. If any kind of interactive game would actually have their sign-in name or something like that. But I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a way without building an entire filter database. So, I don't know. I think there's got to be a way to. I wonder if there's like a central database, something you could use, because like it's got to be a common problem, right? Does everybody have their own filter system in place to keep people from putting goofy things in their game names? So you want to keep it clean. Because what about universal names, right? I mean, like if my game is played by, yeah, well, that's probably not the worst, but I mean, at least they're changing it a little bit. But if they're using some kind of a, you know, like you might use a name that's totally inappropriate in Europe or in Africa or in wherever, and I don't know what those are, so I'm not going to stop people from using stuff that I can't do that I don't know. So I wonder if there's like a way to do that. So this doesn't even say what it's called. It's a character name. So this is character name. Oh look, you can randomize it. See, what does that do? Luigi Joa, Tammy Venom, Greg Modi. Huh. Anyway, I'm not gonna change it, but I guess at least it's a name, right? I mean, I like the idea of a generator, but I probably won't do that necessarily. So I'm curious if there's a way to control this name or to kind of filter it out. Because if I'm going to allow a game ID, plus I was thinking, well, the title, okay, so this is a character name, your character. Technically, you don't have any one character that's used, so character is not necessarily a great name in this game anyway, so they didn't necessarily name it great either. And then they have this ID, which is probably their system ID for you, right? 91868105010. That's probably the system ID. And I would think, what is this? Oh, that's just copying it. So if somebody needs, like you're submitting a bug report, you'll probably use this value. See, it's just taking, what do they call it? Your user ID. So I do have a user ID in my system as well. You managed to fix the text issue with some help from an experienced programmer. Oh yeah, what was the text issue? I know you were trying. I don't. What was it? Oh, because you were trying to actually type the text. Oh yeah, because you didn't want to use pictures or images instead of what you were doing. Oh. Oh, that makes sense. So you're putting the map under it, and then you have the text just right over it. And it's like, it's able to force the map to stay inside the letters. That's pretty good. That's kind of cool. See, I have a lot to go as far as learning the UI stuff. But hey, at least you're getting some stuff in there. So was it another a streamer guy who knew his graphic stuff? Huh. An SD. Oh, well, that's cool. All right, so I'm going to stick with game tag. What do you think? Game tag work? Game ID, I mean? I think game ID is pretty good. I think that's, you know, once you have it, it's what it is, right? So what is your game ID? So, you know what? It's not a dumb mistake. It's not a dumb mistake unless it's something you should know. It's never a dumb mistake if it's like you knew this all along and you did it wrong all of a sudden. And that's like fat fingering, right? You mistype, you do something wrong. It's a dumb mistake. It's things that you could easily have fixed. But if you're not fully sure and you don't know how to work it, and you look at the problem and you don't know how to fix it, it's not a dumb mistake. It's you don't know how. And even if you may have seen it in the past done correctly and you don't remember it, it's still not a dumb mistake. If you don't remember it and you can't fix it by looking at it, it's just you didn't know. You either forgot or whatever, you didn't know. So it's not a dumb mistake. So it's pretty hard to make dumb mistakes and not be able to fix them yourself, because most people can. But sometimes, you know, it happens. So don't worry about that stuff, man. There's no reason to be embarrassed or feel like the thing you're doing is dumb, because honestly, it's kind of like they say, there's no dumb questions. There are dumb questions, but generally there's no dumb questions. Especially when you're in grade school, because kids don't know things. So there's no question. I mean, literally, if a teacher ever told an 8-year-old, that's a stupid question or a dumb question, first of all, it's a terrible teacher. But second, it's not, you know, I mean, the kid's 8. He probably doesn't really know. I mean, the parent might think he should, or the teacher might think he should, but don't count on it. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. You're a student. You're still learning. You don't know the stuff. It's not dumb. So don't worry about it. I mean, it's like things like this, the class name, like knowing the difference between items. Like it told me to put item center in, and I didn't even do anything. I could take that out and my code worked fine. So it's just this justify center. But knowing the difference between item center and justify center, you know, item center sounds like everything should go in the center, but is it vertical or horizontal? Oddly enough, I put justify center in down here, and it made my stuff vertically aligned the way I wanted it to, which was weird. So that was a thing. But sometimes it affects differently. So what I do want to do here is when this page loads, I need to do things like load. I almost feel like, I think I want to have my user IDs be formatted somehow. You know, because right now I have it be like user 1. and I will probably be the first 3 to 5 users, because I'll have test users and stuff that I'm using that are my users that I'm playing with, creating characters and or games for, or game IDs for. But ultimately, those numbers are going to increase. Hopefully people will be able to. What do I expect to have? You know, does Watcher of Realms have 9,186,000 people? And then what is this number? Is that like their 50,106 in the United States? I mean, maybe it must be a region tag of some kind. So like they can keep track of where you are and they know who's who where. I would guess. I don't know what that tag is. And then if you go look at something like Marvel Snap, Marvel Snap uses a different system. Obviously, everybody has their own little tagging system. And really, for me, the question isn't a matter is the best way to do that, but it's kind of like, what are they accomplishing with those tags? What are their purposes? And like I said, I was avoiding trying to allow user IDs, but like if you go down here, my Snap ID is my user ID plus 1584. 155. So that was only 15,584, but it's tagging it onto my user ID, which is what? That means there's who? I mean, there's no other people named ActiveMind Gamer. They're putting a number on the end. You can change the player name. They use player name. And then you have link accounts. So connect accounts. All right, so that's what I'm doing. That's fine. Sign out. So I can change, make me one. Oh, so they do random here too. So that must be a functionality. Either people are writing this. You can only change your name once every 30 days. Valuable dietitian. Tough surveyor. Thinner repairer. Upbeat civet. Lovable fan 308. Sane ice. Okay, it's actually kind of cool. But again, they must be pulling that from something, right? I mean, are they really creating this? If more than one company is doing the same thing, there must be some way to get like a name generator access, like you connect to some external name generator system. I would bet. Let me. I'm curious. Let's go ask my buddy here. This is my cheap buddy. I noticed several games have a gamer ID random name generation function. Are they actually creating their own name generation, or is there a web service for accessing to do that? Many games do indeed have gamer ID random name generation functions, and the approach can vary. Some developers create their own algorithms within the game to generate names based on predefined rules, themes, or randomness. Others might integrate external services or APIs specifically designed for name generation, such as AI-powered tools or database options. These external services often offer customization features, allowing developers to tailor the name generation to fit the game style or audience. See, that's kind of cool. For example, they might use AI to generate name-based keywords. It's a mix of in-house creativity and leveraging external resources. Which approach do you think? I like the somebody else doing it for me kind of thing. But I do kind of like the idea of randomizing. Okay, what are some external services that do that? And how do these companies prevent names with certain with certain words embedded in them and being used in custom. Username generator, AI gamer tag generator, To prevent inappropriate or offensive words from being used in custom names, companies typically implement a combination of the following strategies. Word filtering, AI and machine learning. Advanced algorithms can detect variations of offensive words such as intentional misspellings or substitutions, e.g. human moderation. In some cases, names flagged by automated systems are reviewed by human moderators. Many platforms allow users to report inappropriate names, which are then reviewed and acted upon if necessary. These measures help maintain a respectful and inclusive environment for gamers. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal to create your own filtering system. You just look at a word. And the problem is, what happens when a word is part of a name? Like, I don't know, let's go with a word that's not considered too terribly vulgar. Dam. Like the Hoover Dam, except not spelled that way and not used as a water stopping device. It's not a huge big deal, right? That word. If you wanted to filter out that, like, your name is Van Dam. It's got the word in it. I'm sure there's other words out there that are built into people's names and such. That would suck to be able to not use your name, but at the same time, you have to be, you know, people would figure out ways to make it look like a name and inject these words. So you have to either be all or nothing, right? If you have the unfortunate name that includes terrible words or words that are to be filtered out, I mean, you want them filtered out wherever they're created, right? So even in some countries where they might be creating a name and they don't even think this thing is a word, much less anything else, you're filtering it out. You know, speaking of Marvel Snap and naming conventions, my alliance here, it's MND, right? That's the abbreviation. Somebody tell me what AMG is, because when I tried to change my abbreviation to match just the letters of my name, AMG, it said you can't use band names. Why is AMG banned? What is wrong with AMG? I don't get it. Somebody tell me what the problem is with AMG. I could understand, you know, WTF. I could understand OMG, but not AMG. I could understand if some ones are being blocked, but I don't understand why mine was blocked. So, I don't know what the acronym is that's so bad there. I mean, obviously it's an acronym because AMG is not a thing, so it's not a word by itself. Anyway, so that's what I'm trying to accomplish here, trying to see if I can get some gamer tags, allowing users. I don't currently allow gamer tag. I mean, my code in the back end isn't allowing that. I'm going to build that. I'm going to allow it. I just haven't decided how I want to implement that. So right now, the game ID is blank. And I'm guessing I have to put in a default of some kind, some nonsense gamer tag. And that's where I'd kind of like to use something like username generator just to generate stuff. Let's go look at one of these. Gamer tags. Instant Smart AI. Our gamer tag tool is perfect for generating catchy, memorable gaming nicknames. Generate back to the top, how it works. Is there a way to call these programmatically though? Gamer tags, passwords, name generator, weird text, music, clan. Because if there's a way to access these, enter a keyword. Smart AI. What is smart AI? Select genre. Alright, let's say, oh, well, action, nature, strategy. Jade Strategist, Vengeful Scribe, Shadow Tactician, Ember Strategist, Stormy Conqueror. That's kind of cool. That might actually be good because it's football, right? That's why I figured it was. There's not like a football one, but there's not a sports one. But that's kind of cool. Action. Let's see what. I think the strategist one is probably best. Zephyr Ninja, Inferno Shade, Mystic Raven, Echo Dynamo. Yeah, see these are more like, I mean, I guess that's kind of fantasy, right? I mean, my game is kind of fantasy based, but it's kind of action. Blaze Serpent, Gale Wraith. I think it's kind of cool. All right, but that's, I still got to figure out how I would call this. That's maybe a feature or functionality I work on at a later time. But AI gamer tag generator, what does this one do? Oh, that's basically the same. Save favorites, choose options, features, platform specific, optimized for Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, and more. Optimized? Advanced AI technologies creates unique and creative gamer tags. Ready to create your perfect gamer tag? Join thousands of gamers using our AI generator. Try the generator now. Oh, what is this? Connect. Popular repositories. Your username doesn't have any. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm sure there's a way. I have a feeling there's a pretty good way to use these services. But ultimately, guidelines. Character limits by platform, allowed characters, content rules, platform specific rules. Use theme options, save multiple options, test readability. Huh. All right.